Hey y'all, welcome to First Comes Love, Then Comes Marriage podcast. My name is Lindsay Jackson.
And it's your boy, Aaron Jackson.
Okay, season 5, back with your cliches and realness. This episode, the saying is, it doesn't matter where you get your appetites as long as you come home to eat. So, what do you think?
Okay, so this reminds me of wait, where'd you get the saying? Let's start with that. Where'd you get the saying?
I actually don't remember. When we were planning our season 5, we wrote down like 30 plus sayings that we were like, I like that one. I like that. Oh, I heard that one. I never heard that one. And this was one of the ones that I think we heard while we were sitting around watching TV, which is one of my favorite activities for us to do. It's like a very, very, very rarity. And we were watching TV, and I was like, oh, that's good. It doesn't matter where you get your appetite as long as you come home to eat. Okay, that's a saying. I had actually never heard it before, but it makes sense. So, do you remember what we were watching?
No, but okay. It doesn't matter where I get my appetite, as long as I come home to eat.
Yeah.
And my initial response, my animalistic response is, that's ridiculous.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Because it's saying, okay, let's talk about what it means. Or what
Thank
I
you.
think
Okay,
it
yeah.
means. Okay. What I think it means is that you are allowed to look. You are allowed to just look. It's not talking about touching. You are allowed to look as long as you get all of those emotions and everything that it stirs up inside of you, as long as you get that out with your person or your partner. So, or even maybe while you're with your person or your partner, you might be thinking about what you saw and or got that, what whet that appetite. That's what this saying is saying. Now, yes, now go into it. What do you think?
If we were making love and you were thinking about somebody else,
Yeah.
and I somehow found out, the argument would be huge. It would be a huge argument. One, how did I find out?
Right.
Two, like, you know how I feel about like men and egos. Like, you got to make sure like the ego is completely deflated at the time.
Even if it's not like someone I know. Like, it was like, oh, Denzel. I don't know why I use Denzel. I do this all the time.
You always use Denzel.
I use Denzel, and Denzel is not even my person. But I grew up in an era where the women that I knew, all, my mom and friends and such or whatever, it was all about Denzel. So it was like, oh, Denzel. You would still be like, wait a second, Denzel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'm your person.
Right.
So, and the same thing happens to me. If like, I guess I would say Holly Berry. I guess since we're millennials,
Right.
If you found out I was thinking about Holly Berry and making love to you, you would go crazy. I would think.
Yeah, but I think it's more than that. I really think that it's more than just even at that time, because the issue is looking without touching okay? Is it okay for you to do that and then bring to your remembrance that later on when you're with me?
Okay. All right. So let me break it down, and like, I can see it two different ways.
Okay.
One way, I'm like, okay, looking but not touching is okay because it also like broadens my horizon. So like, I'm with you and you are like, I'm monogamous. I'm with you, and so you are the way that you look. You have you wear your makeup a certain way. You wear your hair a certain way. So what if as I get older, I see something that I like? I was like, oh, well, I'm really feeling red hair, or I'm really feeling this type of lipstick, or there's a perfume that intrigues me. Right? These are things that I could bring to you and be like, hey, I smelled this really nice perfume. You think I should get it for you or something like that? Or I really like, or, oh, have you ever, like, I remember when I had a goatee and you told me to get a beard, right?
Right.
And that could be just based off of, like, your preference, right? And so...
But I didn't know I liked beards until you grew one. It wasn't that I saw another man in a beard and I said, hey, can you grow your beard out because I saw another man having a beard and I think I like that? No.
I know, but if I smell a smell that I like and I'm like, oh, Lindsay can smell like that. You never, well, you're not really big onto smells, but like, the problem with this whole thing is comparison.
Yes.
Comparison is the thief of joy. But another thing is it's human nature to look. Like, like if it's an attractive woman, it's an attractive woman. If it's an attractive scent, it's an attractive scent.
Right.
If what's that girl who had like a nice Lori Harvey?
Right, and you was like, ooh, her abs.
Yeah,
Ooh.
her abs are really nice. Yeah, but it's like, I'm not about to come home and be like, ooh, like, dress like Lori Harvey.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that. I think that's crazy because also when I think about like your appetite, it's kind of funny, like another saying, you got McDonald's money or we got food at home?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you got food at home, why are you looking out? That doesn't really help because, like, I got food at home, but I'm hungry now. So if I got an appetite, I'm a grown man. I am at the stage in my life that I really need to fix because of, like, discipline and priorities and stuff like that. But I usually get what I want.
In adulthood, it is hard to tell yourself no.
Yes.
And we have said this before, which is why self-control and discipline are so important to learn when you're younger, because then as an adult, you have to tap into those things.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never had that, why would you deny yourself? I'm an adult.
Exactly.
I work hard. I should get what I want. But that's not always the point.
It's
that's
almost like
definitely not the point in marriage.
Cat Williams.
Uh-huh.
And during the Shannon Sharp interview, he was like, I need to be careful what I
say I want because I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the thing. And so, like, looking too hard or like, playing with fire and stuff like that is so easily... Because I do think there is a law of attraction. Mm-hmm. There's a law of, like, put it out into the world that you want something and it can happen for you. Mm-hmm. And so if I'm looking at this other woman gaining this appetite, as you say, but I'm coming home to you, it's like fake.
Is it okay?
It's not okay. And this is the reason. This is going to put a stamp on it. It's not okay because I can't tell you about it. Mm-hmm.
And therefore you're keeping a secret.
And then there's a lack of communication.
Yep.
So, like, I can't tell you, like, oh, man, like, I went to the strip club today and I'm riled up.
I'm ready.
Rally McRally. So, like, how do you feel about this? Like, because, like, how do you feel about this? Is it okay for your husband to get riled up or whatever?
I think it's a no. I think it's a definite no. And I think that it's tricky to even think about it because, yes, like you're saying, human nature. If I see an attractive man, and I've actually recently, I haven't been out, but if I'm somewhere and I'm with people, and we're like, oh, attractive man. Okay, yes, there's that. So everybody knows what that is. But to say that something is okay is to allow yourself to say, oh, I can do this, versus saying like, it's not okay, and then to deny yourself to even have that expectation that I can look. Like, oh, we know what human nature is. And same thing, we know everyone sins, right? But I'm not trying to sin, right? Yeah. I'm not trying to be disobedient. I'm not trying to do the wrong thing. So when I think about this saying, it's allowing yourself to do something that's wrong. No. I'm not trying to get an appetite from somewhere else.
Yeah, but somebody could debate that's like, oh, I'm not doing anything wrong because I'm always coming back home.
Yeah, that's the same.
If I'm not like, if I see attractive girl and I'm not talking to her, but I'm just like observing and I'm like, oh, okay, like knowing little details for later. Is that doing something wrong? Because it's not cheating.
Yes.
At what level is cheating? And
Yes.
this is the real question.
We
Now
had
that we
this-
got here,
We had this debate in season 1, and you said something, and everybody on Instagram was like, okay. You said it's not cheating.
it's not cheating if you're not married. I still stand by that.
That's fine. And that's your belief. And we're not even talking about cheating. We're talking about the first part of this saying is it doesn't matter. It does matter. It doesn't matter. It does matter. And that's the point. Now, maybe that's per relationship. So in this relationship, it does matter, because here's the thing, especially if it's somebody that you know. So there's like, and I've said this before with like extremes, right? If you're thinking about Halle Berry, right? Okay, we don't know her. The likelihood of you meeting her and that's way over there. Versus like a coworker of yours that you said looks like me and she's flirting with you. You're not doing anything wrong. She's flirting with you. Or maybe you all don't even talk to each other, but you see her and she wiping down dishes. I don't know, something. And you're not doing anything wrong, putting up quotes. Okay, you're not doing anything wrong, but you are, because it does matter. And especially if you know, maybe the first time, okay, boom, I deny it, I move away. But you knowingly continue to get that little appetite wet, and then you come home and you already wet.
Is it cheating though?
I didn't say
Is it cheating though?
It could develop into cheating, and that goes to the flee from temptation. Flee from temptation, because you tiptoeing on the line.
All right, so if when we first got married, we were young.
I'm still young.
Okay, forever young, right? I knew you to be a flirt. You knew me to be a flirt.
Talked about this. Yes.
We were both very. I am a very charming person. One of the reasons why I am so successful in hospitality. I am charming. It's something that I got. I've always had it.
Okay.
Today at the park, I was like talking to parents or whatever, and like, I don't know. It was really funny to me in my head.
Woman came over and she was like, "Hey, do you want this towel? Do you want to wipe down the bed?"
Yeah.
And I looked at her and said, "Excuse me, this is my man."
Anyway, so like, is flirting wrong? Right? Like, say I want to say you just have an itch. Like, I got this flirting itch. I gotta flirt with somebody.
Okay.
And you are like while you're pregnant, your libido goes down. Yes. Like medically, your libido goes down.
It is.
Same
thing with breastfeeding.
Yeah, breastfeeding. Yeah, so libido goes down during breastfeeding. And these are medical things. It's nothing like, it's not like you like, oh, I'm not attracted to you. I'm not trying to be intimate or something like that. And so I am like, oh well, I got the urge to give and receive compliments.
Right, and you're not getting it from me.
And I'm not getting it from you.
Yes.
Is that wrong? Does that go back to the 80-20 rule, or like?
No, there is no excuse. That is the same thing we talked about when, celebrity Kevin Hart and Nico, when he cheated on his 9-month pregnant wife. Yeah, things happen, and human nature, things happen, boom. But I'm not going to give you a pass or an excuse because at this particular time your wife is pregnant, or maybe your wife is out of town, or anything. No excuse. Is it cheating? Depends on what you define cheating in your relationship. For us, our relationship, is flirting cheating? No, flirting is not cheating. Would I like to know would I want you to do it? No. If I found out you were doing it, would I be upset? Yes. But is it cheating? No.
So what you're saying, just because it ain't cheating doesn't make it right.
Yes. Wow. yes. Okay, thank you. Bring that around. Two things can be true, right?
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Yeah,
No and yes.
So just because it ain't cheating doesn't make it right.
Okay.
Welcome to the Am I Wrong segment of First Comes Love, Then Comes Marriage podcast. This is the part where I tell you a situation that's going on in our marriage, and you tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. So, this is the case. Lindsay and I both have pillows in our bed, and Lindsay does the laundry most of the time. I'll say 90%, 99% of the laundry. Like, sometimes I wash the clothes, but Lindsay, throughout our whole marriage, has been the folder and the folder of clothes.
And the put awayer.
I'm glad she said that. I kind of suckered her into that. Perfect. Thank you, Lindsay. So, we both have satin pillowcases for our hair because we have black hair. Now, Lindsay has a gold one. I have a silver one, and it goes to a particular pillow. Lindsay has washed clothes 3 times. 3 times. And she has not put my pillowcase on the pillow. So I've been using the random pillows. Like, sometimes I got a throw pillow. Sometimes we got a lot of pillows. But the one, she has not put my silver satin pillow on, the silver satin pillowcase back on my pillow. And I just feel like I haven't done it because, like, this is what she does. Am I wrong? Should I put this pillowcase on even though that's not part of my task? Because the other day, she up there is talking about, oh, I help with your dishes. And I was like, bye. She didn't say with the. I say the laundry. I don't say this is your laundry. She said I help with your. I didn't even make a dish that day.
That's not true. I said I help with the dishes.
No,
and
you did not say that.
A thank you.
No. And the reason I didn't say thank you
is petty. He moved on.
No, because she did not say the. And I remember that. And I was going to make that am I wrong when she said yo dishes. And I was like, oh. But you know what? This pillowcase matter is more important. Go. Defend yourself, woman.
Okay. Yo, the crazy part about it is, again, pettiness. This pillowcase has been off of the pillow. So he doesn't even use the pillow right now. It has been off of the pillow for, like he said, at least 2 weeks. Maybe more. And he could very well put the case on. And number one, that's number one. Number two, I always give number ones and number twos of this, am I wrong? We dress the bed together because, it's a queen size bed. It's just easier. If somebody's on one side, somebody's on the other side, we pull in at the same time. It's easier. So we dress the bed together. Therefore, also, we put the pillowcases on the pillows together. Why this one pillow does not have a pillowcase on it is because he is literally waiting for me to do it. So is he wrong that he's been waiting? He might need to keep waiting. I don't know. This is wild.
Yeah. You know what's the best thing about Am I Wrong? Lindsay do not know what I'm about to come up with.
I don't.
And then I could pop it up and it should be jogging her memory.
It's really funny because honestly, everybody, and I will bring this up just right now, this is stuff in our marriage that does not matter. Okay, let me just throw that out there.
All right.
No, because here's the thing. I got trashed on YouTube for some Am I Wrong? And they were like, ugh, bro, she toxic. Ooh, run. Look, y'all, let me tell you something right now.
Don't let those comments get to you, baby.
They not, but I am going to put this out here.
She don't like losing.
I don't like losing, and also I'm always right. So tell us if he should just put the pillowcase on himself at First Comes Love, TCM, Instagram, or TikTok.
Tell my lovely wife that she needs to finish the job, finish the task, and you can leave a comment. Keep those comments coming on YouTube, please.
Yeah, I don't mind.
At First Comes Love.
Or you can email us, let's talk at firstcomeslove, All right, welcome back. Second part, episode, same cliche. Doesn't matter where you get your appetite as long as you come home to eat. Now, I have already said that this one ain't right.
Yeah, we finished it off with what we said. If it's not, it could not be cheating, but it could still be wrong.
Yes, just because it's not cheating doesn't make it right. Just because you think it's okay to do doesn't mean you should do it, right? Okay, so.
So this is the only, like, I keep thinking, it's like, keep ringing in my head. It's like, what if they're doing it for the marriage?
Yes, and I was thinking that too when you were saying, like, I'm ready, I'm reeling to go, and maybe you're in a situation where you have, what is it called, low testosterone
Or something, yeah.
and
I don't know that.
no, and you all are trying to have a baby, so you need to have sex often, and maybe it's not, it's the mechanical side of procreation, and you need to get a wet appetite, whatever the case may be.
Can you stop using that word?
Is it wet that you don't like?
Or yeah, for men, because men, it's not wet for men.
What is it?
You don't know what it is? You have 3 kids? You don't know what men get?
Look. And that's not the point. The point is that... okay, maybe you need to get an appetite, and maybe you're not getting it from your spouse or your partner. That's what you're trying to say.
Yes. So, like... It's a hard reality, but like sometimes to save the marriage, a guy might have to like get his appetite from somewhere else because of whatever's going on at home. But like say she or vice versa, right?
Maybe she's not turned on by him,
Yeah.
and she needs to,
We talked about how important intimacy is, right? And so if I was craving intimacy and you didn't want to get intimate with me, but physical intimacy because of whatever it is.
Right.
I think it would be like behoove. I think it would behoove you. It will help the relationship if you got riled up somewhere else, and then like you looking at something, you're reading one of those books or something, and then and then you come in and being intimate, almost because I know it's hard to say this, but I do feel like intimacy in relationships and marriage, physical intimacy in marriage is a duty for both.
It's not hard to say. That is truth.
I know, but then people were like, "Oh yeah, you need to consent and blah, blah." Like I'm not talking about raping or anything,
No, we're not. Yeah.
Yeah,
but we're on the same page.
Well, of course we are. We're married. But yeah.
No, but that's good that you say it and you bring it up because you're absolutely right. Because we've talked about this in our relationship. We haven't talked about it on the podcast before, but when it comes to withholding sex or making it a priority, where on the list should it be in your marriage, and that's a conversation. So when it comes to that's not leaving it up to you to say, oh, I'm gonna go be a flirt, or I'm gonna go to the strip club, or that's saying we're having a conversation that maybe this is what we need.
Yeah, but if I'm like, say you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, so you don't want to hurt my feelings, and I'm like, hey, how come we're not intimate? And you're like, okay, just like when I'm ready, I'll let you know. All right. And then you feel bad because you don't really want to do it, but you love your husband, and and it might not even be a physical thing. Maybe like I lost my job and I'm in a rut, or stuff like what was like Issa's boyfriend in the beginning of that show? Lawrence in the beginning of the show.
Hashtag Team Lawrence all the way.
Okay, well. So what if it's like that? It's kind of like you don't see my spark right now, and so like you're not really attracted to me not having a spark. I could still be physically attractive, but it's just like I don't.
Your swag, your confidence is gone,
and so you get that confidence from a boss or somebody that like you just talking to, like not really like going all the way in, like oh yeah, but like you getting that persona, you getting your ego or whatever pumped up, so you'll be able to perform a duty.
I understand what you're saying, and you're still staying faithful to the relationship.
You're doing it for the
You're doing
relationship.
it for the relationship, and that, yeah, you're right. That is tough. And in a relationship that is forever, ebbs and flows. Things happen. Attractions fade. They come back. They turn back around. And you're right. That's hard to say, and nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to talk about it. But that is true, especially if you're in a relationship where you have children and you have responsibilities and life happens, moves happen, things like that. So, yeah, I mean, if we're talking about life, yes, but I'm not going to say that this cliche or this saying is true because I don't want to give the excuse that it is okay.
Gotcha.
It might happen. I'm not saying it might happen where, yeah, I'm doing it for the relationship, so that I can come and be intimate, or so that I can come and fulfill the duty. But I'm not going to say it's okay. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, like if you play with fire, you're gonna get burned.
Hello.
So it's kind of like, it's such a thin line. For me, it's such a thin line between looking and not touching, or like, can I, like, how? It's funny because like I'm a manager and we have to take like appliance training and stuff like that. It's kind of like the difference between looking at somebody and staring, right? How long does before a look becomes a stare?
It turns.
And it could turn really quickly or something like. And I got better at it at work, but it's don't zone out. Because I could be zoning out, not paying attention
in my direction,
and I could be in your direction, and it could be misconstrued some kind of way or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, I do feel like I can pick up experiments, like experiments, things we could try by looking. So, like I said, if I do smell a perfume that I like, or I see,
you gonna go back to
or like say you never wore a slit in a dress, and we go to a gala and I see somebody with nice legs and they have a slit, and I'm like, Lindsay got nice legs, I want to see her in that.
Okay.
Or I see somebody with a backless dress, and I'm like, Lindsay got a nice back, let's see her. And like, or somebody with sister locks, like, I bet when people see your curls, your curly cues, like a man might see that and like it and be like, oh, my wife had, like, my wife or my partner has locks. Sure. Like, why don't they try this hairstyle? Like, things like that. I feel like, yes, I'm looking, but I am coming home.
Mm-hmm. And also, you're talking about appreciation versus arousal. So you are appreciating someone with a nice back, and your wife it made you think of me. Mm-hmm. You're not being aroused by that and then taking it back to me. You're talking about a man who's saying, oh my gosh, my wife has that exact same hair and it's curled. Wow, where do you get because you've done this. You're like, sister locks. Ask her where she gets her locks tightened.
Yeah, because I don't talk to women.
Right, but appreciation is not the same thing. And so again, like you're saying, it's really a fine line. And as someone who, I mean, I've never been to a strip club. I've never...
Cap.
I haven't. In fact, I asked my best friend, it's so funny. He was supposed to take me to a strip club a long time ago.
What about, all right, but if a strip club came to you on your bachelorette party, then it's the same thing.
You don't know about my bachelorette party.
Oh, my God, okay.
But yes, I'm just saying, like, you have to be careful. And as long as you being careful with your temptation, your level of being tempted, know thyself, then know thyself, then you are right. I'm not easily tempted. I can say no. We could be in a tight elevator with a whole bunch of extremely, like, my level of temptation is not low.
And you gotta say no.
Exactly. So, but somebody else, it could be like, like you can't even step foot inside.
I do not trust myself around certain people.
Okay.
I do not. and I've been with you for so long, and I am devoted to you and everything, I feel like flirtation oozes out of me sometimes. And I have so much confidence because I've always had you, and you do boost my. And ladies like confidence, so they're like, "Why is this guy so confident?" Like I might not even look the best, and they're like, "Why is he so? Why does he have this swag?"
He must have. He must got something else going. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not like, was it burning or like doing anything like that, but I feel like okay, I don't put myself in those situations, and I know myself enough to see this situation before it happens. Like, okay, but that just comes from experience and just knowing yourself, knowing your type, knowing your likes, knowing your dislikes, and communicating with your partner at the end of the day. Because if there is a lack of intimacy, or if there is something that I need to get going, like, I think I should tell you, and we should be able to work on it to have an understanding, like, okay, this is what he needs to get going.
Yeah. And if it's something I can't give you, then we have another conversation.
Yeah.
But yes. So it doesn't matter where you get your appetite. It does matter.
Oh, how y'all feel about this cliche? Let us know.
Let us know, please. Here's the thing. We love to engage and converse with you all. So please comment. Instagram or TikTok, First Comes Love, TCM.
You can you can leave a message on the YouTube channel.
Subscribe.
Yeah, leave a comment on the YouTube channel. It is at First Comes Love.
Or you can email us, let's talk at firstcomeslove, thenComesMarriage.com.
See you next Friday.